If you are working on something that you really care about, you don't have to be pushed. The vision pulls you. I'm Anthony, and I'm gonna take you through today's PF Go workout. We're gonna start our warm-up with 2 rounds of 10 step-ups, 10 Kang squats, and 10 up-downs. Here we go. I'm gonna have Grace throw 1 foot up on that box. She's gonna step up, switch legs, step down, just in a nice smooth pattern. 1 leg up, other leg down, nice and easy. Perfect, thank you. Good. Now, we're gonna move on to Kang squats. What we're gonna do is put her hands behind her head. She's gonna bow down. She's gonna drop her butt down into the bottom of a squat and her chest is gonna come up. Now her chest stays in place, her hips go up nice and high, and then she stands back up. So one more time, the first movement, the hips stay still, now the shoulders stay still, the shoulders stay still, and then the hips stay still. This is a tricky movement. It's a combination of a good morning and a squat. Now finally, we're gonna finish with up downs. We're gonna drop down, put both hands on the floor, kick back, and right back in, and then stand back up, just like so. Out, in, and stand. Perfect. Thank you. We got 10 reps of those just to get your heart rate up. Now we'll do 1 more round of step-ups, Kang squats, and up-downs before moving on to some med ball work. We have deadlifts, squats, and presses. If you don't have a med ball, no problem. We can do this with a kettlebell or a single dumbbell. Now, deadlifts. We're gonna have that med ball between our legs. Our fingertips are gonna be pointed straight down. We're gonna have that chest up and those hips down low, stand and lower. The whole time, the fingertips point straight down to the ground. The shoulder blades are pulled nice and tight together, and she's gonna be breathing throughout the entire time. Now, she's gonna flip those hands up, give that med ball a curl. We have 10 med ball squats, down and up. Just like in the Kang squats, we wanna keep the chest up nice and high and let the hips drop down nice and low. Good. Now, finally, we're gonna leave that med ball in place for presses. Press up, and down. Push and lower. We want to pause at the top to make sure that you're in the right position where your hands, shoulders, hips, knees, and heels are all stacked up on top of each other. Now we'll do the deadlifts, the squats, the presses 1 more time before moving on to our strength for today. We have deadlifts. 2 sets of 5 at 75%, 2 sets of 5 at 80%, and 1 set of 5 at 85%. Now, this is a deload, so this should be a little bit easier than the last couple weeks. We're gonna get ready to retest here. Now, let's show what a deadlift should look like. What we're gonna do is an over-under grip. That bar is gonna start on the ground with some plates. The reason we do an over-under grip is because your grip is actually stronger. The bar tends to roll out into your fingertips, and if it rolls out of the fingertips in one hand, it'll roll into the fingertips on the other hand. Now in that mid-shin starting position, we have the chest set up, hips are high, where the hamstrings and glutes are engaged. From here, you're gonna drag that bar up your shins, up your thighs, and then stand back up. Now, going back down to the ground is the same thing. Hips go back first, then your body moves. Now, your shoulders and your hips should rise at the same rate until the knees. So watch, the hips and shoulders stay the same, stop. Now from here, the chest rises and the hips stay down. Then we reverse it. Hips move back, the chest drops. Now they should lower at the same rate to that mid-shin position. One of the things we see a lot is that the hips come up too fast on the pull. Right, we call that a stripper deadlift for obvious reasons. Now, the other one is that the chest comes up too fast. So go down to the bottom. The hips are stationary and you lift up with the chest. That is an all back lift. We want to try and avoid that. We want to come right in the middle. We want to use those hips, those glutes, those hamstrings, and the back to lift everything all together. Now, once we're done our deadlifts for today, we have a conditioning piece. Good old 3 rounds for time. Now, this conditioning piece is a little bit longer. We have a 20-minute cap, and we're going to try and shoot to stay in around the 17-minute mark. Now, what is the workout? 3 rounds for time, 400-meter run, 30 wall balls, 20 box jumps, 10 heavier deadlifts. Now the 400-meter run can be a run or a row. It can be an 800-meter bike or a 400-meter ski. You can also do 40 burpees if you want. I don't know why you'd want to do that, but that would be an easy scale as well. Now wall balls. What we're going to do is hold that medicine ball up in the front. We're going to squat down. Now every rep has a squat in it. This squat has to be absolutely perfect. So Grace is gonna squat down, just like in the warm-up, the med ball is up. She can see over the top of it. Now she's gonna stand and toss it and catch it. Good, and higher. Let's do it again. Good, and higher, even higher than that. There we go, a nice high toss. Now we can do this a couple ways. We can toss it to yourself You can throw it up to a target. Guys, we're looking for a 10-foot target. Ladies, we're looking for a 9-foot target. You can also just do a med ball thruster. So can you give me 2 med ball thrusters? Squat and press. Great, nice job. So that'd be the simplest version of it. So we have a 400-meter run, 30 wall balls. Then we're gonna use this box for box jumps. We wanna make sure that you jump up, land nice and soft in the middle of that box. Shh, good, now step down and repeat. We want you to step down and preserve your Achilles. That soft landing means you land in the middle of the box, you have full control. Then we step down to not fly off of that box and rip up our heels. Now our last move is 10 deadlifts. You guys already saw what those look like. We want them to be nice and steady, and ideally you do them in 2 sets. It's heavy enough to where you're not doing them in 1. So if you're using a regular bar and you're just flying through as fast as you can, the weight might be a little bit too light. You might have missed the point of the workout. Our goal here is to do 6 and 4, 7 and 3 the first round, and then break it up down to 5 and 5. And maybe that third round, you might have to do 4, 3, 3 to get it all done. So 3 rounds, 400-meter run, 30 wall balls, 20 box jumps, 10 deadlifts, 20-minute time cap. Have a great workout and a great rest of your day.